Welcome to our number 50. Woohoo! Are you ready? How exciting! Can you believe it? We've done 50. Well, apart from that one on Tuesday, which really bugs me. But we've done 50 days together at least, which is very exciting. How long does my arm look like that? Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a couple of minutes to get yourself ready. Wait for anyone else to join us. You'll be starting in a seated position, so feel free to make yourself comfortable. I am looking for a quote that I had, although I realised that now the puppy enjoys my yoga book just as much as I do. So the quote might be gone, but I'm trying to have a look. Today's theme is happy, our happy space. So this wonderful space that we've created together. That's nice. So I wanted some of my favourite happy quotes, but I can kind of fudge them. I think I know them enough right now. So as always, if you're there, please say hello. It is so nice to hear and see who's there. So share with me. What's this one? Oh yeah, okay, that's a good one. Hello. Well, Danielle, you'll know this one. Who says choose happy? Is that like Zeus? I think Dr. Zeus. Where does that come from? There's a really nice little rhymey quote from them. I realised Parker's really kind of gone to town with my my yoga book. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, we go. Happy 50th. And it feels such a treat to, especially as there's a big celebration tomorrow as well. Just a big celebration. But you can tell this is my happiness ones because there's loads of quotes posted here. That's the one. Here we go. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. That one. Okay. I'm gonna get lost in all my quotes. Okay, so sitting comfortably, please. So today I've labelled as happy space. And so it's just gonna be random selection of poses that just make me really happy. It's okay, Danielle, I found it. And I don't know if it is a quote or if it's just jumbled. I think it's just I put things together. So I just 50 sessions, 50 days. We started this the Thursday before we went into lockdown, but the continent was already in lockdown. It was prompted by Danielle saying, wouldn't it be nice if there was just something drawing people together? And obviously there is so much out there, which is so wonderful, this reaction to everything that's happened. But what a treat this has turned out to be. It was going to be a one-off, and then it's been every day. We've just been checking in, whether you've been here every day or not, but just knowing it's there for me, just having that little routine in my day, checking in with people, and just keeping a little bit of yoga in our lives, which is definitely necessary. So I feel incredibly grateful that we've shared these 50 days. It doesn't mean it's done, but maybe from next week it will take a new form, perhaps. More about that over the weekend. But for now, let's choose happy. So sitting comfortably, growing your spine tall, releasing out the X, whatever you don't need. So I'm going to bombard you with quotes just to get you in the right frame of mind, and then we're going to proceed. So eyes closed, breathe in deeply. So I've been listening to Ricky Gervais a lot recently. He's been doing some promotion for his Afterlife series, and he's been on some podcasts, and he repeats something which I think maybe is even in the sitcom, but it's so true, and it's kind of resonated with something I've heard in the past, that just like for billions of years, billions and billions of years, this earth has been there, the universe has been there, and these random bunch of atoms that have just come together, these trillions of atoms, and the unlikelihood that you have been conceived, and the unlikelihood that we'd even be in this universe, in this space, in a place where we can survive. It's so unlikely. And then bam, here we are, and everything works. And we just, what a treat, what an unbelievable, it literally is unbelievable. Like, your brain can't, like, it's just too much for me to even understand how that happens. And here we are. How amazing that is. How can we be anything but happy? Like, it's so fleeting, billions of years, and we're here for just a tiny pocket of time, like tiny. So just shake off. Let's use it, Danielle. Shake off the stories we tell ourselves. Pull all these layers we put on to make things more complicated, to weigh us down. Oh, it's so unnecessary. Just look at that big sky and how amazing everything is, and knowing we can't change the world, but we can choose to be happy right now. Just choose to be happy. So when you take a big inhale, and as you exhale, maybe even move, shaking off all those stories, shaking off those layers of things, anything that's been on your mind, anything that's maybe not been on your mind, but there's just a whirring behind you, maybe shoulders. Try and keep your eyes closed if you can, just shaking it out. Big breath in, and big breath out. Good. So we're going to choose to be happy. So as Eckhart Tolle said, choose everything, accept everything in your life as if you'd chosen it, just as it is. So sometimes we might be like, I had to get up early, or this, or that. We do like a sometimes. But just imagine, no, you chose to not have much sleep. You chose to get up early. What is that going to teach you? What's that going to bring to you? It's not against you. The world isn't against you. How could it be? You're here. You're here. Just the unlikeliness of you being here. It just is not against you. So let's try and hold that in our minds. When you're ready, big inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale forwards. And exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Inhale forwards. And exhale in. Inhale. Exhale lower. Changing the speed so it matches your breath. If you need to go slower, go slower. If you need to go faster, go faster. And to slow ourselves down. Imagine you're scooping up anything you need. Lowering down. Drawing it in. And bringing it in towards you. So maybe we're scooping up happiness today. Sweeping it forwards. Exhaling in. Inhale up. 2 more. Exhale down. This is a joy breath. So we're literally scooping up joy. Your last one, like really mean it. Stretching those fingers, lifting those shoulders. Exhale. Stretching out. Pulling the shoulder blades apart as you reach forward. Exhale. Drawing that breath in. All right. Let's begin. Whoop-a. What is that? Oh, I don't know what that is. I've been signed out of an account. There's all these house parties and Zoom and everything. There's too much going on. Okay, so on our hands and knees, let's cat-cow. Inhaling up and exhaling down. So I want you to just take these into whatever you want them to be. So staying as you are, really moving with your breath, stretching out anything. If it makes you happier, maybe doing a bit of freestyle, hips from side to side, moving around. Can feel a bit funky, a bit awkward. Where do your elbows go? But just find your rhythm. If you want to, come into tied up. Really stretch that back as much as you can. Bring the knee towards the forehead. Or if you want to, I'm going to do my favourites at the moment. So my child to up dog. So just taking this time There's no FOMO. You have time to do them all. If you don't do them all now, we can do them another time. But just doing whatever's going to make you happiest today. So maybe choosing happy today is actually just to really try and calm down. Today, I try to wear things that reflect my mood, or at least the themes of my day. So I was going to try and wear a big bright colour today. But I just didn't feel like it. I thought, no, I feel a bit ready for a rest. I'm not exhausted, I'm not tired, but I'm ready to be just a bit still, a bit calmer. So actually I'm wearing a top that my sister gave me that is synonymous with summer holidays. Because that's what I want. I want to just chill out. That is my happy space today. And when you're ready, coming back to all fours, tucking those toes under, lifting the hips up. Oh, and giving your down dog some attention. So again, even myself, and I'm such a sucker for this, we always have a go-to. So mine is bowing into the arms. Like, look at me, I can go so far. And that's not very strong posture. My hands are slipping. I wouldn't be ready to lift the leg up here. So I must ground myself more, really make my shoulders stronger. So I'm bringing them towards my hips, my head between my ears, lifting the hips up, grounding myself down. So if you know you have a tendency, it always helps if you can see yourself. So if you can have a video yourself or see yourself in a mirror, it really, really helps. So just because sometimes you feel that you're doing the right thing, but actually your body's just going off, it's freestyling. When you're ready, I'm going to take a big step forwards with whichever leg means that you can face the screen. So I'm going to step forwards with my left, because then I'm going to come up and I'm going to turn to face the screen. So if you're long ways facing the screen, and go either side or just straddle your mat, whatever you want to do. Oh, and then we're going to come into some goddess poses. So sinking down, we're going to inhale, push to the floor by reaching up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhale lower, and inhale up. Okay, so from here, just release the arms down. We're going to do the arms that we're doing on the floor. So inhaling up. Exhale, arms and knees come down. Inhale forwards, and exhale in. Inhale up. Really squeezing, pushing your heels down. Exhale lower. Inhale forwards. Exhale in. As you come up, squeeze those thighs together. Feel that tension. Exhale lower. Inhale in. So if you can just move with your own breath, then begin to move. I'm just going to keep stroking that floor. I just love a bit of pump. Inhale. Exhale down. And when you're going down, you're trying to find that stretch. You're opening those hips. So see if you can go a little lower. And in this one, we're not coming into a squat. We're trying more of a second plie, fighter pose. We're trying to sit back. So if it means you're sitting quite high up, your legs are closer together. So you want your knees pointing in the same direction as your toes. So if your knees are coming kind of inwards, we just need to turn those toes in slightly as well. Always protecting our knees. I want you to rest down. Good. Pause for a moment, and then I want you to turn back to however you were. Hands down. We're going to step the back foot forwards. So hopefully you're coming to the front of your mat. Releasing down. Inhale halfway. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And release. Good. We're going to come in and out of some squat poses. So I put a top on underneath this because I realised my summer top is a little bit revealing, and then the top's more revealing underneath as well. Who knew? It's such a high neck. So we're going to come in and out of some squats. So I'd like you to just step your feet, maybe shoulder width apart, toes pointed out. We're going to sink down into a squat. So you may need to adjust them to get an idea first. So inhaling, if you can, coming up onto your toes. And as you exhale, you're going to try and sink down into a squat position. So your heels will come off the floor, maybe they won't. You might want to stretch them out now. If you can come into Malasana, then do. Adjust your feet. If you're higher up, that's fine. You can support your hands. You can still try and bring your elbows in. And from there, we're going to inhale, push up, and exhale, come down. So going as low as you can, inhaling up. Toes are optional. If this isn't doing it for you, you can just inhale, keep your legs, your feet facing forwards, and just exhale to halfway. Inhale it up. If you can do the squat, if you can get there, if it's uncomfortable, it should be. If it's painful, no. But if it's pushing you, that's fine. Inhale it up. So all our emotions in our hips. So we do love to open those hips up. Release some of those emotions out. Sometimes to become happy, we need to exercise, release some of our other emotions. Inhale, pushing up. And exhale, releasing down. Right hand to the floor, reaching up with the left. Big opening up. Exhale, go to the other side. Good, release it down. Turning to face the front of the mat, or if you'd be on your front of the mat, wouldn't you? So then we're going to lift up, bring the feet in, so you can come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, stepping back, so we're coming through a flow to our down dog. So going through whichever ones. It's a happy practice, so pause it in any ones that make you particularly happy. And to breathe deeply, tucking your toes under, lifting those hips, pushing back. So I'd like you to step forwards with your right foot, so you can stretch up if that makes you happy. If you want to, you can do some of our trios, so bringing the knee in between the elbows, stretching up to the opposite side. Or you can just step the foot forward and come up into a high lunge. When you're ready, stepping up. And as always, adjusting your feet as you need to. Normally I hate adjusting and fiddling, but I feel like I just have to. So I'm not going to judge it. I'll make a mental note. So, arms up. I'd like you to inhale, straighten the legs. And as you exhale, you're going to lower your arms down. So we're inhaling, lifting up, and exhale, lowering down. So you can pause your shoulders or you can sweep them, depending on how dancey or expressive you want this to be. If you want to make it slightly more challenging, when you come up, try and come up onto your tiptoes with that front foot, and exhale. You can always stay on the tiptoes. Danielle, I'm looking at you. Inhale, pushing up. Exhale, lowering down. Good. 2 more. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good. Inhaling up. And then we're going to open up. So I'm just going to change direction into a warrior 2. So grounding that back foot. So you should still be facing the same way. Your right foot is forward. Arms out parallel. Sinking down into that. I'm having to shuffle my foot forwards just so my knee doesn't go past the ankle. Stretching out. And then we're going to just dance through some warriors. So reaching forward. Inhale. Sweeping the arm up. Exhale. Coming into an extended side angle. Stretching across. Inhale. So just moving between the two. Your legs are trying to stay still. Lengthening the right side. Then pivoting forwards. You can bring your arm down inside the right leg, or you can gently rest it on your thigh. Moving with your breath, inhaling up. We call these our dancing warriors. Exhale down. Good. One more inhale up. And exhale. I want you to windmill, sweep the arms around. Come to the side of the mat, turning the toes. Come into a forward fold. And just release. Shake head, neck and shoulders. You don't need to touch the floor. Your legs don't need to be straight. So if you need to bend your knees to touch the floor, you're still nowhere near touching the floor. Holding your hips. Doesn't matter as long as you're getting a little stretch. Try and release the pressure in the lower back. Right hand to the floor. Inhale, reaching up with the left. Good. Exhale, go to the other side. Trying to keep your hips square. Exhale down. Pivoting back. Facing towards the front of the mat. Hands down. Step back into a down dog. Rest or flow. Just going to do one on the other side. Big step down. Tuck the toes, pushing back. So left leg is stepping forward. Again, if you want to do a trio, then feel free. I think I'm just going to do one on this side. Coming up. Square those hips. Reach into your high lunge and then straighten in the legs with an inhale. Exhale, lowering the arms down and inhaling up. And if you want to, coming up onto the toes. And if you really want to, staying up on the toes as you exhale down. So really, we should be trying to slow that movement to meet our breath. But this is quite a nice one to really power and get some energy. So if you want to go a little faster, that's okay. Just keep your balance. Woof. Good. Inhale, stand up. Bring the heel down, square the back foot, coming into your warrior two. So left foot is facing forwards, opening those arms up. Coming into our warrior. So try and get your legs set first. So just make sure this knee is okay. It's kind of over the ankle. It's not coming past the ankle. And it's not coming inside. If it is, just turning that back foot in slightly. Arms up, reaching forwards. And then sweeping, reaching up. Exhale. Extending forwards, get a big long line on your right side. Inhale. Lengthening and stretching the leg. Exhale. Moving with your breath. These are dancing warriors. How lovely that is. A beautiful Sunday morning. We're just gracefully moving on our mats. Good. And then on your exhale, sweeping the arms down, sweeping forwards. Coming to the side of the mat, this time bringing the heels in. Let's come up into our goddess pose. And then we're going to repeat our breaths. Just feel this in your thighs. In, out, power it up. Exhale, down. Inhale forwards and exhale in. Inhale up, squeezing those glutes, squeezing the thighs. I just locked my legs back. Try to avoid that so your thighs are still engaged. Exhale, lower. Inhale forwards and exhale in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale forwards. Exhale in. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale forwards. Exhale in. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Pivoting back to the front of your mat. Hands to the floor. Step back. Knees down. Take a rest in child pose. Lengthen yourself out. Rest, 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 rest. Good. Inhale. Coming up. And let's do just a few of my favourite on the mat. So you should be able to kind of stay where you are if you're coming up from child. We're just going to gently kick our left leg out. So with some of these, I would like you to turn and face the leg. Today, we're facing wide. So we're facing the kind of the space in between. Big inhale up. This is one of my favourites. It's a lateral stretch. So we're trying to keep, imagine cutting this out and you're just turning it on its side. So we're not kind of collapse down. We're trying to keep our arms, our torso straight. So we're just going from our hips, but still keeping this hip bone down. Going as far as we go and laterally stretching. And then once you have, releasing that hand down, taking your gaze up and really lengthening that right side. Doesn't matter where you are, going as far as you can. Equally, doesn't matter if you're here, but you know you can go lower. Go lower, invest in that stretch. Chin up, gazing up, trying to keep your chest open. If you find your shoulders coming forwards, but to open that chest more. Good, big inhale into our fallen angel, your hand to the outside of the right hip, lifting up, opening your body up. Your arm can reach the ceiling, it can fall behind. No stress, no overthinking, just opening yourself up, releasing down. Extend both legs out before we go to the other side. So again, knees might be bent, might look more like this. Guess what? Guess what I'm going to say? It doesn't matter. We don't judge anyone by where they're in their journey. Just very grateful that they're on their journey. So we're going to reach forward, so tilting with the hips, trying to bring your chin to the floor. When you've gone as far as you can, allow your hands down, your head down, rounding the spine, releasing into that. Taking a few deep breaths. Big breath in, big breath out. Every morning, you have the choice sounds too simple, and sometimes we're so fogged by everything else. But that choice is ours to be happy. It doesn't change anything else. It just changes our attitude to those things, which can make the world of difference. Inhaling, coming up. Right foot comes in. In, out. We're going to the other side. Big stretch up. So again, as if you're like a tree that's slowly falling down. So you're still reaching with your left arm. And then when you've gone as far as your body can go, release the arm down. Opening the chest, gazing up. Am I doing the same side as I did before? I think I am, aren't I? So it should be your right leg out. Okay. Sometimes that happens, sometimes when you go through it, it's like, hang on a second. Okay, so if you were doing the other side, come back with me. So we're going to the other. Yeah, that's right now. So it should be your right leg out, stretching out. Go down to the other side, stretch, 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 stretch. When you've gone as far as you can, releasing down, opening up. And try to breathe into that side. Whenever you're stretching, try and breathe into that space. It just feels like you're stretching even more. There's such a lovely air outside today. Do you know what that is? But I'm assuming it's my mood as well. Inhale, coming up, hand to the outside, sweeping into your fallen angel. Kind of like the calm, grassy, blue sky. If you can hear little Parker snuffles, she's just sat behind the camera today. Bring your soles of the feet in. And then just kind of hold in your feet. Again, doesn't matter where they are. We're trying to get them as close to the body as we can, and we're trying to get the knees down towards the floor. But just holding your feet, maybe giving them a little kind of pinch, a little pressure point in between your knuckles. Taking that time. Break out those little happy feet that carry us around. Good. And big lengthening yourself up and releasing yourself to lie back down. So this week, this has been a little favourite of mine, soles of the feet together and releasing back. If you're going to stay in this one for a while, bring in a cushion just to rest under your knees if that's really painful. Or not, don't do it if it's painful, but if it's more comfortable. Equally, in that position, if you have, let me grab. If you have a bolster or a pillow that you can manipulate, so having the soles of your feet together and then tucking that pillow just into the small of the spine, leaning, and then opening up so your head falls off the back. That's such a lovely one. So, we actually may have noticed we're going down to relax. So, arrange yourself, go into one of those nice spaces. If you have a dead favourite, then go for that. Otherwise, maybe try legs up the wall. Try this one. Try laying on your front. Try whatever's going to make you happy. What feels like a treat for you today. Go find it. And then closing your eyes. Breathe in deeply. And just letting go. So John Lennon, I've used this quote many a time, and some people have quoted it as a fake quote. I would hope not, but the sentiment is there. So John Lennon said, "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment. I told them they didn't understand life." So let's try and not miss the point. Let's try and keep that in our mind as everything shifts, everything changes. We are on this beautiful earth for just a moment. Let's try and keep happy. Let's accept the lessons it's teaching us. And let's let those big smiles out today. Whatever position you're in, taking a big breath in. Big breath out through the mouth. Releasing everything you don't need. Trust Him. But when it is all finished, we'll discover it was never random. Wherever you are, gently waking your body back up. If you're lying down, onto your side, to your right side, taking your time, doing anything that feels nice, rediscovering your body. And then we eventually will come to a seated position. And then for our 50th day, let's take our breath together. So to begin with, we're going to repeat our breath of joy. So inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale forwards. And exhale in. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale forwards. And exhale. And now just inhaling up. Joining the palms together. Exhale, lowering them down. Pausing your knuckles in between your eyebrows and your third eye. For kind thoughts. To our lips. For kind words. And to our hearts. For kind intentions. So your intentions are prescribed today. Choose happy. Each moment you feel a frown or an angry word or a negative thought, choose happy. Namaste. Guys! How exciting is that? Oh, and how lovely that we're going into this weekend. Long weekend again. I mean, that has been quite a treat that we've had 2 long weekends in this furlough. I mean, I guess it has been 7 years now, so possibly that's accurate. Yeah, I'm quite excited. Which actually I was thinking, we can't really have a street party because we don't really have a street or kind of neighbours and stuff like that. But I think actually speaking to people, a lot of people are in that situation. But I had a really lovely thing. I think I may have said this before. One of my clients said to me, I said, it's weird when we clap because there's really no one clapping. And she said, it never matters because you can hear yourself. And I thought, oh God. yes, exactly that. You're clapping is because you're clapping as part of something bigger, but you're clapping just to express your emotions. And the same with tomorrow. Oh my garden party. I've got a party on my own. It's just how lucky we are to live here. And even though we're restricted, that we still can enjoy cake, we can enjoy the sunshine, and we can sit in our gardens or on our steps or at our windows. So I hope you can enjoy the weekend. Thank you for sharing the 50 days with me. So I will see you tomorrow. So we are taking rest days on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll come back with maybe a new schedule, a new plan. Let's see, on Monday. So have wonderful weekends. Bye.